No, I show up to movie sets sometimes with 5 dogs. I don't have little dogs because, I pick them up from the street and they never send the chihuahuas to the street. It's always like some kind of strange dog that it's medium or big size, and they got me into a lot of trouble. I mean, I have some really nightmare stories of when I used to travel with my dogs to the movies, but I really cherish them. I think the worst one was one time I was in a very luxurious hotel that didn't want my dogs, and I begged them and convinced them, and they said, okay, we're gonna give you this little house that had a fence. You couldn't see inside of the hotel, and it was just a room and like a courtyard. And we were shooting very late this movie, and then at night, I would walk and I would run there. Lupe, which is now 17 years old, she's the smartest dog I've had, and her sister, I only took 2, would open the door and wait for me in the courtyard for me to let them in. I arrive and they're not there. And then I hear this screaming and big commotion. And I have to tell you that Lupe loved cake more than anything in the world. You don't know how many birthday parties were ruined because also she would get on the counter, go up, open, she'd find the cake. And I said, oh my God, this sounds like a cake. I look like hell. I have running mascara from some crying scene, hair like this, Bermudas, flip-flops, really you wouldn't wanna run into me like that. And there's a beautiful wedding, people. I'm sure everybody flew in. And what do I see behind a palm tree where I'm hiding? I see the beautiful wedding cake in a little table with 2 chairs for the bride and the groom. Instead of the bride and the groom, there is Lupe and Angie sitting perfectly. Everybody's trying to get the dogs, and they really are not mean dogs, but they were faking it really well. This is what they would do. They'd eat as fast as they could, and then they would go full of merengue, all over white, and then they go, oh my God, and they're all screaming, the bride is crying. The good news is that I have all kinds of whistles for the dogs, and they know that when I whistle in certain ways, they better come right away. And of course, they went like in a cartoon, and they ran all the way. They ran all the way to the little cabana, and I arrived later, and they're going like this. I have so many stories with my dogs.